Hello, we're back and got some bad news for you really, because tonight was going to be the last of my lockdown shows. But what happened on Thursday was there was a Cobra meeting and Matt Hancock came on to say that there would need to be another 3 Otway lockdown shows. And it's terrible. And it's not fair actually, because there is some evidence of parents, I mean it used to be parents, it's now normally grandparents, that are inflicting Otway shows on their kids. And it isn't fair because there's a lot of evidence, and it's not just scientific evidence, it's anecdotal evidence as well. The kids don't get it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of grandparents do, but a lot of kids, and I've heard them at, I've heard them at shows going, Granddad, I just don't get it. So they don't. But anyway, they've got 3 more weeks of this. And this show tonight is Flopdown. Because you might have noticed that I used up my 2 hits in the first 2 shows I did, not thinking that I'd have to do many more. But I'm afraid I do. And so what can you do when you've used up your hits? Quite simply, you do your flops. So these are, this is my Flopdown show. 6 of my songs that weren't very successful. And mine is something a bit strange. Happy Smiley and Top of the Pops. And that is because the first song I'm going to do wasn't actually an Otway song. It was a big hit for Roy Orbison, right, in 1963. It got to number 6. However, my hit, which came, my version, which came out in 93, wasn't it? So that was, in fact, for me, one of those, and one of those. Do you know, I've got 27 of those and only 2 hits. Now, you might have noticed when I work with a band or other musicians, there's a lot of times I don't play guitar because the chords are difficult. And I never bothered to work them out. But the good thing about big, top 10 hit records, you can actually go onto Google and get the chords. So I did, because I thought, well, that's easy, I can just get the chords off Google. But the problem is, they're not easy chords. And I've done my best, look. I've written them out, I've done a crib sheet for me. And I am stretched with this one, a song called In Dreams, and I've never played it live before, cause, but, these are desperate times, aren't they? So I'll have a go. There's one really difficult bit in it, you might notice, when I actually slow up. And then I speed up again, but the reason I've slowed up is because there's lots of difficult chords in a row. And if you see me smiling, you'll know that's because I've got that through the difficult bit. Here you go. A candy-coloured clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night. I softly say, pray silent prayer. Oh, I dream asleep. Then I go to sleep to dream my dreams of you. In dreams I walk with you. In dreams I talk to you. In dreams you're mine. All the time we're together in dreams, but just before the dawn I awake and find you're gone. I can't help it if I cry, 'cause I remember when you said goodbye. It's too bad that all these things can only happen in my dreams. Only in dreams. before the dawn. I awake and find you're gone. I can't help it, I can't help it if I cry. 'Cause I remember when you said goodbye. It's too bad that all these things can only happen in my dreams. Only in dreams, in beautiful dreams. Phew. Think I might have got away with that. Did I? Right, so that was the first of my flops that I'm playing tonight. Second flop, got an interesting story behind this one. I was with Polydor Records and we put out the first album, and Really Free the Hit came out of that, and we put out the second album, and nobody could find a hit on that one. And we put out a couple of things. Geneva hadn't been a hit and anything. And Polydor, because they'd given me the equivalent of £1 million, were quite, desperate for me to have another hit. But I'd put all my songs on the sort of, first two albums. And I didn't have very much left. And they kept begging and begging. And in the end I did say, well, I have got this song that I wrote about my girlfriend when I was worried that she was pregnant. I thought, we'll put that out. It is strange, isn't it? It's bloody strange the way these big record corporations work. You think that there's a lot of sense. Desperate times calls for desperate songs. So here we go. This is actually true. Polydor put this out as a single. And the reason they put it out as a single was because they thought it might be a hit. I've been away all night, I had to leave on the light so the room didn't spin. I've been drinking hard. Often I wondered what I'd do if this happened, and I don't know now that it has. The baby's in the club. I know that the things that I said to my friends, not to mention the way I behaved, I've been baked up for those things that I said, and also the things that I did. The baby's in the club. I haven't been sober once since they told her she was. I'm feeling much older, there's bags on my eyes, and I know that it's just because the baby's in the club. Ooh, baby's in the club. The baby's in the club. I've been away all night, I had to leave on the light so the room didn't spin. I've been drinking hard. Often I wondered what I'd do if this happened, and I don't know now that it has. The baby's in the club. I haven't been sober once since they told her she was. I'm feeling much older, big bags on my eyes, and I know that it's just because the baby's in the club. Ooh, baby's in the club. The baby's in the club. Hit. Oh, Lord. And yeah, there's more to come. Yes. Let's just turn these around for a moment. Because this song was a #1 hit record. Sometimes I can remember thinking that maybe the reason why my songs weren't hits was, because, they weren't quite good enough. And so I thought, well, why not pick a #1 song and do that? Because that's sort of guaranteed to work. But it turns out, this was what year was it? 1966, #1 for Tom Jones. And I thought, well, 1980, wasn't a #1 for John Otway. No, it's another one of these. And if you listen to it, I think you might suss out the fault is not with the song. The fault might be in the delivery. Well, the old hometown, it looks the same as I step down from the train. And there to greet me is my mama, Mama Papa. Yes, they've all come to see me by the shade of that old oak tree, and it was good to touch the green, green grass of home. Down the road I walk with my sweet Mary, her hair of gold and her lips like cherry, and it was good to touch the green, green grass of home. Then I awake and I look around me at these four grey walls that surround me, and I realise, oh yeah, I was only dreaming. Because there's a God and there's this sad old padre. On and on we're gonna walk at daybreak, and again I'll touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they've all come to see me on a reaching, smiling, sweetly caressing lady beneath the green, green grass of home. Yes, they've all come to see me on a reaching, smiling, sweetly, yeah, as I lay me beneath the green, green grass of home. Beneath the green, green grass of home. There you go. Right. So, these won't get turned around again tonight. Nope, we're halfway through the flops. This is a flop from 1991. A lot of people don't even realise that this was actually a single. Not many people have got one of these records. However, there was one person has got many of these records, and that's me. This was a song we did because I'd written a rock opera with Attila the Stockbroker called Cheryl, and we thought there must be a single out of it. And Attila did something really good called the Train Spotter Rap, which I thought, that's great, that can go on the B-side of the song that I've chosen. And this is the single from Cheryl the Rock Opera. And I was emailing, Attila emailed me the other day and said, why don't we try and do the whole of the rock opera on social media at some point during the lockdown. So that might happen, and there might be a couple of people that fancy watching it. So anyhow, I'll put it on Facebook if you decide to do it. This is the single from Cheryl the Rock Opera, just called Cheryl. Out of everyone I've ever met, I chose her. The one with the deepest eyes and the golden hair. Someone who could cheer you up the moment you felt sad. Someone to whom the more you gave, you felt the more you had. But that ignores the passion and the physical desire. The way that two souls become one great ball of fire. A rhythmical inferno, like a new Paul Simon song, where the sweetest of melodies blends with an African drum. And when they love, we made love, 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 love. We met in this little bar in Goldstone Square. I just happened to walk in and she was there. She said, hi, I'm Cheryl. What are you doing here? And then she smiled with her eyes in the way that she does, and I just fell for her. I can't remember what we talked about. The hands on the clock spun like a Catherine wheel as the time was running out. It must have been love at first sight, when she said, you can take me home with you if you like. Oh, we consummated that passion, that physical desire, and our two souls became one great ball of fire. A rhythmical inferno like the heartbeat of 10,000 men who marched to the peaks of Everest and then marched down again. And we made love. We made love, 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 love. So there you go. It's funny when I played it like that, I thought it sounded a bit like a hit, but it wasn't. Okay, 2 more flops to go. I've left this one towards the end because a couple of people have asked me to do birthday requests, and I thought if I do them at the beginning, they're obviously going to turn off as soon as they've heard them. So, firstly, I just mentioned Kiki in Barcelona. His birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if any of you that are watching came to a big band birthday bash in Barcelona. Kiki was great, a wonderful host for us, and happy birthday for them. So a couple of others. Mike Wallace, birthday on Sunday, he's 40. And Nigel Greensit was 65 yesterday. And one of the nice things about them asking me to say something about their birthday was it gives me an excuse to do another flop. And this is, who's a lucky birthday boy? The day has come, you're still alive, you're going to carry on. You're having a big party with all your friends along. They're all going to shout and cheer the moment you walk in. Who's a lucky birthday boy? Everybody's going to sing. First thing in the morning, the postman has to knock. He says, I can't get all the post into your letterbox. I've been out here for an hour, just trying to get them in. Who's a lucky birthday boy? Everybody's going to sing. The telephone keeps ringing every time you put it down. Someone's even sent around a singing telegram. And all the friends you're working with say, drink a toast to him. Who's a lucky birthday boy? Everybody's going to sing. You've got presents from your friends and cards from even more. A very special birthday kiss from the girl next door who flashes her eyes and says, for Mike, anything. Who's a lucky birthday boy? Everybody's going to sing. The day has come, you're still alive, you're going to carry on. You're having a big party with all your friends along. They're all going to shout and cheer the moment you walk in. Who's a lucky birthday boy? Everybody's going to sing. There you go. So, one more flop to go. Just mention what we're going to do next week. Because somebody suggested, and it's really funny, it's something I hadn't thought of. They said, why don't you actually play the songs that people want to hear? It's quite obvious if you think about it, that might work. So what we're going to do, because I don't know what people want to hear, is we're going to have a vote. And yeah, I mean, so after this programme's finished, Bentley the Roadie is going to put up a sort of thing so you can actually vote for what you think are your favourite Otway songs. I mean, it's a difficult thing to do, but see, because you've got a choice of 3, so you've got to try and think of 3 that you might like. And what we'll do next week is I'll do the top 6 favourite Otway songs as voted for by Otway fans. And what's quite interesting was Richard Williams had sort of sent me a message saying, could I do Bluey Green for Michelle Williams in Benfleet? And the answer to that at the moment is no. However, what Richard could do is he could vote for this one and get it in the charts. Now, some of you know that the Otway fans are actually quite good at voting, and if they want to read the charts, they will. And so, Richard, if you're a true Otway fan and you do it properly, I'll be playing it next week for Michelle. So let's finish with my first flop. The first flop I ever had. We pressed this off as a single in 1972, and I remember one nice thing about it was we pressed it up ourselves and I was selling it locally, and John Peel actually played it on the radio, which was great. Not enough to make it a hit. It was a song about this fortune teller from Aylesbury who I went to see at the Red Cross Bazaar, who looked in the crystal ball, saw this golden bird and told me that I would be a pop star all those years ago. And here we are all those years later, and I've made it. I'll leave you with this. It's called Gypsy, and if you're still there, thank you. Have you heard about the gypsy? Have you heard the lady call? Who am I to portray her likeness? She's made everything come real. In her hands I take another day. In her breast I hear her heart. I will wait until tomorrow. Then I'll smile and say she's right. Then smile on and laugh about it. I see a golden bird spreading wings that you might fly. Underneath a stardust sky, and never ask why, but understand. I have asked so many questions. You have heard them all before. I just got to be sure of myself before I do anymore. And lady, you can help me, put me on the right road. Lady, you can help me to carry the load. Then smile on and laugh about it. I see a golden bird spreading wings that you might fly. Underneath a stardust sky, never ask why, but understand. And never ask why, but understand. Thanks so much. Thanks if you got this far. Well done. And see you next week with your favourite Otway songs.